What's good, everybody? This your boy D Money, and we on another episode of A Lot of Fashion Podcast. And what we like to talk about here on the A Lot of Fashion Podcast is pretty much everything business, whether it be business development or business to industry. So primarily what we've been talking about on the podcast for this new season is tapping into building a product from nothing. We just talked to A-Lux Lifestyles, and she pretty much broke down how she's developed her product and also how customer service has been a big part of what she's done. So you can check that out on our last podcast, but on the previous 3 podcasts, we had a mini series that primarily touched on building your product from nothing. So what we'll do from here on is build on that information and going into each process of developing a product and selling that product. Now with this episode, we're primarily going to be talking about your first drop, which is going to help you. Your first launch isn't your breakthrough launch. It's just a reality check, and that's just I guess you could say that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, you're going to overestimate demand, you're going to underestimate execution. Friends supporting you, family supporting you is not necessarily market validation. Market validation is you start to engage your target audience, you start to build, I guess you could say, a like or attraction for the product and service that you have, and then they start to engage with the product or your way of marketing and promo, and then they buy. Number one is the ego trap. I thought this would sell out, or I thought this product would just sell. It doesn't work like that. Expectations kills any consistency and kills any true logistics on what you're gonna do for marketing, selling, and promoting your product. It's very important to make sure that you have research on the target audience that you're trying to sell this product or sell your products to. The next thing is making sure that you actually are tied in with the trends in the market and understanding the originality that you are putting out there has some alignment with what the market is asking for and wants. You want to solve a problem. You don't want to just create something. And then, most importantly, you want to consistently market that product. Stop trying to be cool, because a lot of people try to be cool. They post something about a product or a service one time, or they post it one time and run an ad, and might post it one time in their story and think it's cool. Nah, keep posting. You should not care about how many times you're really going to post. The only care that you should have is that I didn't post enough times today. That's the real care that you should have about your brand. If you love what you're doing, if you love the craft, and you actually want to succeed, you are going to consistently post good content, create good products, understand your market, and you're going to do the proper research before you just start executing. Number 2 is reading the results. What actually sold? What products didn't sell? Who actually bought these products? Number 1, what actually sold? The products that actually did good, you want to replicate doing good with those products again. You don't necessarily replicate the product, but what you might do is you might restock inventory. You might also create similar products, but not necessarily the same things, just variations of that product, evolutions of that product. You also look at what didn't work. You look at your weaknesses, and whether it be marketing, whether it be promo, whether it be the product itself, and what people are actually looking for and what problems didn't you solve.
Not everything growing should be seen. They want to see results, but ultimately skip the vision.
Number 3, who actually bought it. Now you're tapping in more into the target audience. You're tapping in more into the analytics of the demographics, who these people are as individuals, where they live, how they eat, how they sleep, those type of logistics. That helps you to understand who you're selling to and what future products you develop, who you'll actually be attracting. Number 3 is adjust and don't quit. Just like I said on the last point, you just want to learn what you can from each experience through your first drop, so that way you can start to test things in a more direct way. You can start to retarget certain audiences that were actually able to buy, certain products. And, do the same thing, replicate those same things that work for you. So that way, you can build momentum, start to build hype behind your brand, and start to create longevity. Keep visualizing your purpose, and we'll see you on the next episode. The next episode, we're going to talk about why nobody cares about your brand. And this is not anything to slight your brand, but to help you critique your brand in an honest way. So, like I said, keep visualizing, and all it takes is solid research, solid plan, and execution. See you on the next episode.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of A Lot of Fashion. We appreciate you guys for liking and subscribing, and also staying tuned through the whole episode. Make sure that you take these business gems and start visualizing your purpose. I am out.